What's going on, Virgo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the rest of June 2024. So, in this reading, Virgo, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the rest of June 2024, Virgo. So, before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Virgo, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Virgo. So without further ado, I am now going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for the rest of June. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Virgo. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world was turning. We didn't start the fire, all this stuff happened cause my sucker rose. Hope it hurts small when they expose. All this really happened from my roll. Okay, I'm sorry, Virgo, I'm still here, okay? I'm still here. So, okay, Virgo, you know, it does look like there's going to be a lot of peace coming to you in the rest of June 2024. You know, something's going to be put right in on your heart and in your emotional level. I feel like there's going to be some sort of burden lifted off you, and I feel like there's going to be some sort of, potentially even a group of people coming in really fast to help you, you know, because here's one thing that I've learned recently is that a lot of times, you know, people think that you're weak when you ask for help, right? People say that as a sign of weakness, but if you ask for help, that actually means that you have a desire to keep going. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help from people, even if it's just like a small practical thing, you know, but for others it's going to be more big here. So yeah, before we get into the tarot, you know, it does look like a good month for you, but it's going to be a lot, you know, especially towards the end of June. You're going to be like really feeling a little bit tested to stand in your heart, to stand in the truth of love. But as long as you can stand in the truth of love and unity, you're going to be fine. But for those people who sent the sucker rose, hope it hurts small when they... Oh, okay. Now, the first energy that you need more of is gifts. And this is the Dragon of Gifts, and this calls you to look at everything that you currently have now as a gift. You know, if you can breathe oxygen, it's a gift. If you woke up today, it's a gift. And, you know, sometimes we don't recognize these things as gifts and we take it for granted. So, you know, whatever you have in your life right now, maybe you don't have what you used to have, maybe you have more than you used to have. Everything is a gift, and the present moment is a gift. But in order to receive your gifts from the universe, you have to stay in the present moment, because the present moment contains gifts. And I feel like there could be something due to like an external drama situation or even an external confusing situation in your life that is causing you to overlook the gifts that the universe has for you now, which is just... I'm still here. Okay. Now, the next frequency is the rose. Okay, it's the rose frequency. And this asks you to get into your heart here. You know, it's like when you look at a flower, when you look at a bird, when you look at a crystal, it activates something in your mind that is bigger than logic. And so the rose is an activation of the frequency of the heart chakra. Okay? And so this is definitely an energy that you need more of to be in love. You know, love is littered in this reading. And sometimes the people who maybe even disrespect us the most are the people who allow us to see life from a different perspective. And I feel like that's going on for you in some sort of way. Even if there's no one overtly disrespecting you, it could be the culturescape at large is disrespecting you your whole life, right? But you need to look at it with love, because even evil destroys itself. Now, speaking of that, you have mirror. The next frequency you need more of is a mirror. And this is a reminder, Virgo, that this universe is a big mirror hologram. Okay? This universe is designed to reflect your own state of consciousness, to reflect your own state of being to you in a 360-degree way. 365-degree way, whatever the degrees are, right? Right now, whatever person you feel is in your way, blocking your path, you need to ask yourself, how is this person the same as me? How is this person that I maybe really don't like? And maybe you have every reason to not like them. What are they mirroring back to me? Because the unawakened person goes through life and they just kind of take things at face value and they get mad, right? But the awakened person, the question that the awakened one or the enlightened one will always ask themselves is this. And this is the question that I want you to keep as a mantra for this month. How did I become a vibrational match to this situation? How did I? It's like Jocko Willink, ultimate responsibility. Taking responsibility for a situation that maybe wasn't your fault is the true cardinal sign of a leader. Take responsibility even when it's not your fault, and that will reveal to you your own frequency back to you. Now, maybe that doesn't make sense logically, but let the frequency that I'm saying penetrate you, if you allow it to. Okay, now, before we get into the tarot here, Virgo, I have a very exciting announcement that I am now partnered with the app called Astra, which is a lifestyle app. It has astrology, tarot, you name it. And I've been very hesitant to partner with any sort of app. You can find it in the Apple Store that does tarot readings online, that gives you extra information, especially astrological information, because I know that that's a very dangerous game to get into. However, Astra is the real deal. No one does it better than them. I've partnered with them, and I hope that you do too. And it's something that will help you follow along these readings. So sometimes, I'm talking to you about a card, I'm talking to you about the energy that I'm getting. But if you pull up Astra and you type in I just pulled the star card. My tarot reader just pulled the star card. What does it mean? It will give you the extra details. And especially as a Virgo, you are going to appreciate the details of Astra. So download Astra today. You won't regret it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into this reading. Your opportunity is the star, which has to do with regeneration, healing, and it's giving the frequency of a certain relationship. Maybe you hated someone, is now you're going to be seeing them as a mirror aspect of your own subconscious. For some of you, it's like, you may be like, I need to save the world, and it's like literally you just need to put your phone down and go outside this month. Okay, get back to wholeness. There's like a meme of like pizza dough. It's like you can once you put the dough, you making the dough, you can rise, but first you need to rest and then let the flames raise you. So there's a lot of healing, rest. I do feel like there's a lot of opportunity for healing in relationships, even with people who you perceive to be your enemy. Now that's an oversimplification, because we're living in a polarity field where if you just have an open heart, no matter how bad someone disrespects you, you can be easily bamboozled and tricked. So I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying forgive people, for they know not what they do. And there's definitely a new cycle starting in your life of unconditional love and strength, and it's a new cycle for you if you allow it. Okay, that's what I really feel. Now, your challenge is the Seven of Cups, which is about sorting through illusion. It could even have to do with delusions, and it has to do with making a very difficult emotional choice that is going to alter your timeline. So I feel like you can either choose the higher timeline, or you can choose delusion and separation at this point. Now, when I say that you can choose the higher timeline, I'm not saying that you have to, I'll forgive you, but I'll never forget what you did, and I'll keep my distance from you. It's like kind of that energy here, So forgive people in your heart, even if you never talk to them again. For many of you, if you've recently went down a path that has led you astray, that you thought was going to work out for you, then this is your opportunity to put that all behind you and to not get deeper into the confusion. You know, I definitely feel like there's going to be an opportunity for healing for you this month, Virgo, but the way in which that healing takes place is going to be a bit strange for you. And it may make you confront your own immaturity, or it may make you confront the immaturity of another person who is around you. That's just what I really feel here. Okay? Got some notion to talk some about the outlaw? Reach out and touch me, hit it. I'm sorry. Okay, alright. Now, this is your overall general energy, okay? You have the King of Cups, the Justice card, and the Strength card. This is really good. You know, this is a very mature energy. This is definitely balancing the heart and the mind. You know, the Justice card has to do with law and order. It has to do with balance to the realm of thought and karma. And the King of Cups is the king of unconditional love. He's very aware of emotional undercurrents, and he's full of love. And so this is a balancing of the heart and the mind. I just saw 1111 as I said that, because if your mind is out of whack with the heart, then you're always going to create a distortion. But and you're never going to really be who you say that you are. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people running around who are trying to pretend to be something that they're not, but time will expose them. And if you've been one of those people, or if you're witnessing one of those people, it's time for you to merge the heart with the mind. There's definitely going to be justice to your love life, is what I feel. Now you also have the Strength card here, which is about moving through a difficult situation with grace. And you see how this person is just like gently closing the mouth of the lion, right? And it's kind of like, it goes back to this mirror frequency, Virgo. I was actually just almost like attacked by a dog the other day. And now this dog has like become my best friend. It was really weird, you know what I mean? And it was almost like I was like resisting the dog. I was trying to like get like big alpha on the dog. And like it was like an alpha showdown. But as soon as I just kind of like did my own thing, now we're my buddy, wherever I go, he go. I gotta walk in. You wanna meet the walk-in? Then you can meet the walk-in, sucker. What am I talking about? I think you know, even if you act like you don't know. My buddy, wherever I go, he go. It's not for the general public, I'm sorry. Alright, let's keep going. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles, and you have the Knight of Swords here. So I do feel like there's going to be a burden lifted off you, especially regarding a third-party situation. And even involving a business thing or something with your team at work, Virgo. You know, I feel like there's been something here that's been weighing you down. It's going to be a burden. Some of you, as you're listening to this, you may feel burdened right now, but the universe always sends someone, right? Every action has its opposite and equal reaction in this universe. Any sort of dark portal that's laid out for you can be an opportunity for you to enter into a light portal, okay? Not everyone, but if you can hear it, and you can hear it. The Three of Pentacles, teamwork. The Knight of Swords is about rushing into something. Now, I will say for some of you that there may be something here about externalizing your power to a certain degree and just, you know, being like, hey, everyone else, you fix it. Here's my life here, you fix it, you know? And I do feel like there's a certain element of you taking responsibility for your own life and understanding that no matter how good of a team you have around you, the true change starts with you. And you have to remember that. However, in what you don't see coming, there's going to be a team of people coming to uplift a burden off of you. So maybe this is an existing work situation where someone new gets hired, you hire someone new, you start working somewhere new, whatever it is. I feel like there's going to be ample opportunity for new teamwork in your life that happens very fast. And there could also be, you know, there is something here about unknown help coming to you. And maybe it's something that you didn't expect. Maybe it's for some of you, not all of you, it's like maybe someone you thought was really going to try to hurt you, and you just sense it. Like they actually offer their hand to you. And you're like, but if I take the hand, then I'm a failure. And it's like, no, you're not. Okay, and so whatever this is, there's definitely going to be a burden released off of you very quickly, probably having to do with an emotional situation, but for many of you, it's your career as well. Now, here's the thing. In your advice, there is a transformation, and you're free to go in any direction that you want. You have the Death card, which is about a spiritual death. It's about rebirth. You know, it's about a time where you may be begging the universe not to do this. You may be begging for stagnation, even if it's in your subconscious mind, but the Grim Reaper is coming to town. The advice is to allow death, transformation, and rebirth on a spiritual level. The Chariot is all about freedom of movement. It could have to do with a vehicle. It could have to do with travel. And the Page of Cups here is about someone who is very in their heart. The Page of Cups is an energy, it's a youthful energy that's very open to life. They can be a little bit gullible, but this is almost what you need right now, Virgo. I feel like the energy that you need is to you're free to go in any sort of direction that you want, but there is some sort of mirror aspect going on, and that's going to transform your life. So however that manifests is going to be different for different Virgos. I do feel like this is overall going to be a very positive month for you. Even though you're going to be navigating confusion, you are going to come out on top. And that's the mentality of Virgo. It's like, no matter what position you put me in, I'm always going to find a way to come out on top. No matter what position that you put me in, I'm always going to find a way to come out on top, as long as you're in integrity. Right? And as long as you can keep that in mind, then you're going to be good. This is what I feel for you, Virgo. So, yeah, very powerful energy that you got going on here. Let's just make this a little bit brighter. There we go. Alright. So, can you still see me? Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and clarify. I want to clarify the Justice card to start this reading off. Why is the Justice card here for you? In your overall general energy. 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Strength card. Yeah, there's a new fun excitement coming in with your legacy here. The 10 of Pentacles has to do with a monopoly, a long-term business success. The Knight of Wands is very fun, adventurous, talks a big game. And the Strength card is here, once again, that merging of the animal and the higher self. So I do feel like for many of you, there's going to be justice to your legacy. There's going to be justice to your long-term goals here. And you're going to realize that whatever you thought was going to come into whatever you've been struggling with, even if it's you've been distracted in love, even if there's been problems at work, even if there's been confusion around you, you're going to have a real enthusiasm that it's not over. It ain't over to the Big Mama sings. And the only person who's really met the Big Mama is the Mystic. And she's certified blessed me. Now, what am I talking about? That's not important. That's not here nor there. You're out of order. Leste's out of order. This whole joint's out of order. Okay? So, just listen. Alright, so look, there's a re-amplification to your legacy. Let's clarify the star in your opportunity. Why is the star card here in your opportunity, Virgo? Alright, the star is clarified by interestingly enough, the Knight of Swords, which is here in what you don't see coming. Something is happening very fast. Some sort of healing is happening very, very fast, and you don't have to overthink it. There's an opportunity to jump on some sort of healing timeline without thinking about the long-term consequences of the outcome. Because here's the thing, Virgo. I feel like the only thing that's going to get in the way of your healing is your ego. Okay, so maybe there's forgiveness here. Maybe there's a gift that sometimes your true soulmate is disguised as your worst enemy. You know what I mean? And you have the Hanged Man in reverse, and you also have the Four of Wands in reverse here. So there's definitely something here about a relational thing, soul family, or a rite of passage that maybe, I feel like a lot of you, there's going to be an opportunity, it's like, to surrender to some sort of truth here, to surrender to some sort of path of healing, regeneration, and wish fulfillment that maybe it doesn't fit with your logical plan of how your life was going to go. But like I say, we make plans and God laughs. So I do feel like there's a lot of healing coming in, but it may be something, there's some truth about this universe is that you can't really forgive someone until you're really ready to do it. But sometimes God's timing is different than your timing. And I'm not even saying that this is fully about forgiveness here. But there could have been, there's something healing with your soul family. And there could be some sort of celebration coming in for you that it's almost like someone around you may be resentful. So I would say if people are hating on you for some good thing that's happening to you this month, I feel like that is happening for you, then that's a good thing. If you don't have haters, you're not doing enough, right? So I feel like there's like this quick opportunity of healing, regeneration, and wish fulfillment, and like the future version of you coming online, but there's still that little part of you that's going to be like, no. But you just need to have the strength to push through that. So there's a feel-good, rejuvenating, healing experience, but there's going to be a little bit of part of you, or there's going to be part of other people that are just going to be like, wow, you're doing that. And maybe it's you to yourself, maybe it's someone else, wow, you're doing that. And just like, get out of that way, Could be a lot of a new commitment coming to you as well, like a new team commitment, a new client, a new business, something really interesting going on here, Virgo. So let's also clarify why the Seven of Cups is in your challenge. You have the Eight of Swords. You're not as stuck as you think that you are. So there's some sort of illusion that maybe you're fighting with, that you're not as stuck as you think that you are. Wow. Yeah, you have, Virgo, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands almost came out in reverse as well. And then you have the King of Cups here, okay? So in some sort of situation, especially regarding your legacy or something regarding public victory, you're not as actually stuck as you think you are. Because let me tell you, Virgo, it's like when the masses are clapping for you, in the current time-space reality that we live in, you're probably doing something to further some sort of weird agenda. When everyone is hating on you, but you know that you're in your heart and you're doing the right thing, then that's what's going to lead to true lasting happiness. Because as long as you're basing your inner state on, as long as you're compromising who you really are for the sake of people pleasing, even if it's been your whole life and this is a big change because you haven't even realized to the degree that you've been doing that, there's some sort of healing here, there's some sort of regeneration and some sort of moment of enlightenment, but it doesn't fit the script of your mind. And I feel like there's some sort of, maybe, for some of you there's going to be a small hit to your reputation, but that hit to your reputation is actually going to be the hit that sparks your true path, that unleashes your true legacy. And it's going to be a time of rebirth. It's going to be difficult, but you are divinely protected as long as you allow yourself to question everything right now. The Page of Cups is someone who's a mystery unto themselves. You have aspects, and this is full circle, Virgo, you have aspects of your own being that exist within you that maybe you've been looking outside and you've been saying, everything is one, we're all one, but that person over there, definitely not them. You know what I mean? And what I sense from this is that, the true lesson of Christ and Lucifer is to integrate the ego. The true lesson of Christ and Lucifer, the true lesson of Christ consciousness, it looks at Lucifer and it says, you are still God's favorite. I love you. And there's nothing that you have ever done that is too much to be reborn. And so whether this is something that you're witnessing in someone else or this is happening within you in your personal life, there's nothing that you can't come back from. Change is the only constant. Healing is the only thing that is real. Everything else is an illusion. So it's a very powerful spiritual month, but I would say be open to what God and the universe has in plan for you, even if it doesn't fit your mental script. And even if it feels a little bit annoying, it's going to be worth it to face the annoying than to double down on your ego and enter into the delusion and the illusion of separation. So with that being said, Virgo, I love you, and I'll talk to you next.